change the spike in the patch and just breaks reality.
It actually just takes away all the all the energy from the studio.
Yeah.
So Zelsis, of course, going down there in that previous round, we can see that. Going to just be that anti-eco. Now this is where we'll start to see a couple extra plays coming out. Paper X primed for a run into B site.
Smoke sent across, trying to keep them from pushing forward past a lobby, but Paper Rex sights on a different spot. You see Paint Shells being used just to clear that trap wire. Heavy investment to be able to get rid of that util, but just given how critical those trap wires have been. That's just Devi swinging in from mid, catching 10s. He's got his attention paid over towards the B side, ends up falling. Devi over now, ready for second to come, crashing through. Does get caught. Looks like it maybe in a bit of a rough spot, but no, does turn, finds John Cutie. Bring things back into parity. Paint Shell sent forward, Forsaken backing away, keeps himself relatively safe.
They're not covering behind them, though. It's a little faster than they would assume, and I think right now their goal is just to wrap back around Market. They want to stay focused on Market, given the plan.
Saucy on that flank now, going to be noted. Sending out the flash, something even at range, able to take down Zekin with that Spectre. Cleans him up, snappy shots from Forsaken. Gets rid of Saucy, now suddenly Paper Rex looking very well poised to convert this bonus. No time to really work with here for Zelsis, swaps the weapons, does get the headshot, Forsaken taken down, something last one standing, but there's just no time left. Something on the lurk, gonna look to try to get rid of that gun, and he will. Can he pick it up for himself? Well, there's one in the corner anyway, so we'll be able to grab that Vandal upgrades, has a little bit of a celebration, and Paper X move up 3-0.
Very quick round. Love picking up the tempo there on the bonus. Devi able to creep through mid. Gets the kill, of course, with the help of Forsaken as well. So going for the double team, I mean, this was a well thought out round here from Paper X. Now, they didn't quite clear out John Cutie, so that was a bit of a danger, but they will be able to clear out after the first kill, get that trade down. And now Paper X gonna look to slow things down with the Cypher setups.
Yep. He's cutting off all these access points for any forward aggression coming through. Prowler will confirm trapwire presence over at A lobby. Jing getting darted for a brief little moment. I'm just gonna be backing away. Over the top, they'll get cleared out.
There. Flash.
Saucy again, ready with the Prowler. Sends it through, quick clear on that.
Paranoia already being used for Paper X. They're going to want to try to go for these swings first if they want to enter the site safely.
Not getting the opening kill there from Zekin. It does hurt them to push forward. Jing reading it, ready for it. Swings onto the corner. Zelsis with the classic will be able to take him down, so a 1-for-1. Weapon cannot be recovered. They have to back away from this position as Paper X continues to flood forward.
Paper X is also kind of stuck here, though, if they don't want to give up that rifle.
Suppressed only onto one, and Zekin with a headshot will take down something, delivering his first death, and that actually puts the spike out in a rough position. So Mind Freak pushing forward. Cutie trying to find the timing to lurk forward through that cyber cage. Eventually catch him. The flash timing is so damn good, but the follow-up shots, they're just outgunned. Decent damage dealt considering the economic situation from Sentinels. They take away 3 players, but Paper X now move up 4-0.
Yeah, huge patience from Devi. I was wondering if he was just going to try to go for the pinch to break him the site, but they realize Sentinels is the one who still has to get antsy. So much time on the clock. They have to keep creeping in here into elbow to see if that spike was picked up or not. Devi holds all the way to the end and finally is able to get the double here to wrap up the round.
So the ult's not quite there for Sentinels. Dangerously close to 3 critical ones. The Rolling Thunder, the Nightfall, as well as Zekin's Showstopper. And for that matter, John Cutie with the Neural Theft. Jing snatching up this B orb, gets himself a Showstopper of his own.
Interesting to note that Paper X threw the paint shells on B main entrance every round to break the trapwire, and the one round that John Cutie adjusts, they say we back off. It wasn't there the last round. He didn't install it. Good awareness here from Jin. Awareness here from Jin.
From Saucy catches him, in a relatively unscathed round, Sentinels will finally get themselves on the board.
Yeah, a bit of an all-in on the showstopper, and it's just a slight miss. Jing, too fast for his own good. Steps ahead of the Paranoia right at the end. He's going to get hit by that and just cannot confirm the kill. I think if he had vision, he was still in range to be able to hit TenZ, even as the Shadow Step came out. But TenZ stays alive, and that's all they needed from Sentinels.
With that, or rather than going for that elbow split, trying to go to the left side, push over towards that A link side, maybe then you can catch. I believe it was Saucy still playing in that position. He's got a lot less mobility. Celsius though rushing forward, fault line, but Forsaken gets the headshot. It doesn't even take a lick of damage. What a shutdown.
Yeah, second lands just a step behind from where he wanted to get to peek out, so he has to swing back out, gives just enough time for Forsaken to turn around despite the stun.
I know exactly where you are.
Ah, that's the neural theft. Sentinels are just going to say, okay, information's given up anyway. Let's just back off, go for the retake on either side.
Yeah, they're fairly scattered into the neutral positions, which does allow them to get a fast rotate into position here for this A-side take. So everybody from Sentinels ready. Try to shut this one down, but Spy pushing forward, anticipates 10's on top of the box. Great kill from him. Now Forsaken tagged up. Flash goes out over the top. Mind Freak eating that one there from his teammate. Forsaken trying to get the hell outside, but Celsius doesn't manage to take him out through the box.
Okay, so Divide feels the pressure right now. With the Rolling Thunder available, they empty the site.
Mind Freak is not hit. Fault line, however, will catch him. He's just around the corner. The Cyber Cage pop. Mind Freak trying to stay safe, but oh no!
Everybody just caught.
Everybody getting caught by the Thrash. Oh, Mind Freak survives. Now looks for the TP up, but Defy lurks around the back. Manages to find the 4K to end it. Okay, you know what? We weren't sure how much whimsy we were going to get. It's getting whimsical.
What a Rolling Thunder into the Thrash. Just tie up everyone, including your teammate. Nobody knows where each other are. Oh, can you imagine Celsius' panic when he finally turns around, spots Mind Freak just sitting there with his arms out?
Just ready for a hug.
Yeah, well, I mean, it paid off that Divide went for, the flank all the way around. He realized as soon as the Rolling Thunder was online, they had to have a backup plan. They can't just try to re-peek, and it's heads-up play.
Well, understandably, after the puzzling round that we just witnessed, Kaplan is going to be calling it the first time out here on Sunset. Trying to get a bit of a reset here for the squad and get them set up on the right track.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to share here, because quite frankly, it's not like Paper X has done too much, back and forth maneuver. They actually haven't targeted mid at all, except for that, third round where they're they just pinch through, but they're not trying to take like top mid control or anything like that. They're not playing slow at all, which obviously they usually don't. So I'm curious to see what the adjustments here are from Sentinels. I mean, do you continue to just maybe keep the cam on mid, empty and push out from A main or B main a bit harder? But to do that, I mean, listen, you have the breach, so you do have a composition that can push out, force those early duels, and then try to buy time on the other side with the Cypher. The question is where do those trap wires go to avoid that paint shield that Jing's been so good about?
Time will tell, but an adjustment absolutely necessary here for the side of Sentinels to try to get themselves back into this. I mean, very much almost mirrored down to the very rounds how things started on Breeze. Just inverted for Paper X to be the ones in the lead. Second again for the rush play, jumps in, but Forsaken again is ready for it. Changes up his position. Pens over, still on top of the box. For the final one. So equalized, both teams losing their raises within the first 20 seconds of the round.
Yeah, just a backup coming in quick from TenZ because they realized that it was only Forsaken here on the A side. The likelihood going to be on the B side, but a heads-up play from both teams. Paper X.
Cage trigger.
Neural theft across. Getting the spot out. Molly, he can't get out of it. TP not going to be fast enough. Something coming away with the kill, and TenZ going to be kicking himself for that one. Clear onto the trap wire. Push forward to buy. The play up within the smoke. It's about to expire. Fault line catches. He tucks around the corner. Clear out on the haunt. Not revealed, but they should know that there's going to be someone within the site.
This is all just to buy time, though, because something is coming around, and Divide stays alive!
Can't find anything. Does find a kill, though, with the cleanup coming through. No audio required. Paper X will still close out the round, and that's a fairly hefty commitment here from the side of Sentinels. Not having that Nightfall now.
Yeah, they dumped all those ultimates, right? They used the Omen ultimate as well from the Shadows to provide backup. They were using that Nightfall for the retake, and Forsaken, as soon as he sees the abilities coming out from main, he just knows it's a pinch.
Yep. Paper X will still close out the round, and that's a pretty hefty commitment here from the side of Sentinels, not having that Nightfall now.
Yeah, they dumped all those ultimates, right? They
Those are their international performances, and he is continuing to deliver here today. Right now, it feels like Paper X have very much woken up.
Command at the ready. That's all the trap wire's gone.
Yep, takes it away. Work cut out for John Cutie now. We can just do nothing but really back away through market up towards Boba. The plant comes in, cover on the wingman as well. Wanting to be able to potentially get that daze off. Feels like Paper X is very much woken
They have the
up.
showstopper, and they have to be aware that there's going to be more flanks. I mean, that's been Paper X's MO, both on Breeze and here on Sunset. So they got to go in quick and have someone watching market.
Get this rocket lined up. Second, trying to think about where they could be approaching from, where they could be squatted at, rather, inside of B lobby. But the back away comes through. They know the rocket's going to be sent towards them. So it's up, being avoided. Tense, however, the Guardian looking for a second kill. Will get hit, get down, but Sentinels getting themselves into a very strong position. Something trying to spam out, doesn't find anything. The grab here, onto the spike, holding for the defuse. Something trying to stop them, but he cannot. But do they have the time? Yes, they do. 0.9 seconds remaining. Sentinels will scrape by. Two players left standing at the end of it all, but they get themselves a second round win.
An absolutely necessary win as well, because Sentinels, their creds would have been in turmoil if they didn't win that one. Even now, they're going to have to stick to those half armors if they want to continue on for the rest of the half. No better time to stop the bleeding, though, when it's at 6 points. You can at least try to equalize at 6-6.
Let's
See if they're going to be able to do just that. Red Bull, we saw some sunsets. It was 6-6 at the end of the half, so maybe Sentinels can make that happen as a thrash. Oh, it's such a shallow angle. He can't breach the corner. He can't try to take it down. Instead, Defy will just finish him off. He takes a bit of damage there for his trouble, but the kill is well worth.
Pretty sure that Thrash ate that extra bullet here to keep Devi alive, so hey, it works out one way or another. Now Devi already watching for the other side.
The stack, though. Everybody over on this A-Link side. Thrash about to be available. There it is. Gets sent in, but something going to be taken down. Actually, the aftershock finds him. Jing pushing forward, able to find one.
Yeah, but B's open. This is what Devi was setting up for. It's because they had the Omen ultimate. Unfortunately, Jing can't stay alive, though.
Tense loves that box. Just continues to play on top of it. And this time, just find a kill. TP across. Bring a market. Devi, good for one. Backs away. Pops the cage. Both of them going to be just pulling back into B main.
And they've got that camera to spot for them first, so just going for the 2v2. Trying to swing out from left and right.
Sniper v Omen on both sides. Dart does go out, but doesn't get the connection.
They hear both.
Now they know he's not holding on to this one. But John Cutie with the lurk forward finds the kill, leaving it now to Mind Freak. Another tap. Time dwindling. Spots one, swings, gets him. The stick coming through. Tense. Just gonna be hard this one, but Mind Freak narrowly gets the headshot to clutch it out. Paper X now moving up 7-2.
Devi's movements have been very fluid here in Sunset, and just always giving that extra insurance plan should their initial push not work out. Even here, already clearing out that B site nice and early. Now here, Forsaken, didn't realize there were more than two that got caught by the Thrash, but Devi opens it up, Mind Free closes it out.
Just narrow margins here. Tens, nothing left to do there other than to try to just stick it. Seas does get bound, but Jing finds Saucy. Catching him, just no hope of escape. Boombot now going to be sent through. Wingman goes forward, Plant going to be coming down. John Cutie in the meantime just staying quiet, hovering in the corner within this smoke, just trying to wait for a timing as Tens arrives on the scene.
Yeah, just sheriffs, so not much to be done here from Sentinels.
The Molly forces him out into the open, as does the paint shell. A deadly combination as Jing rushes forward and gets himself a fourth, now on for the ace.
Zelsis, does he give it up here?
He needs to die. It's a question of does he get bound by Jing, who is very much on the hunt. Swinging around, spots one, something, does he give it up? He doesn't die, but Devi will take it for himself.
Oh, Devi!
There's a, buddy, sorry. I'm not losing my gun.
Devi's always the one that keeps things grounded here for Paper X, as crazy as that might seem. Well, with that, with that kill, I mean, even though eventually if he died to an opponent, he would have gotten anyway, but the Rolling Thunder comes online for Zelsis, so one more opportunity for them to try to claw back at the very end of the first half here.
Just a monstrous round from Jing. And again, weak buys, but still, the movement is always impressive. The crispness of the shots, always impressive. Prowler out, quick clear onto that one, 0 point. Maybe getting a catch onto only Saucy, otherwise not much information going to be gained here from Paper X.
Yeah, and Sentinels with a push out, something they haven't done here in mid.
Second around the corner, and Tens in a very forward position in Courtyard, catching Devi unawares.
Yeah, there was no way Paper X could have expected that. It just hasn't happened at all in the past 10 rounds, so can't quite fault him. Just good heads up from Sentinels. Good adjustment.
Freak backing away, sending out a smoke here. Spike does get brought around towards B. Answering smoke out from Tens, however, trying to dissuade them pushing forward into that site.
Yeah, I think you have to push here top mid because you've already given so much insight on B.
Need that Boba control really to try to wrap around. Push through market door shot. Likely to just be a dead sentence here.
Now Jing wasn't spotted. We'll see if they're aware.
He's rushing forward now though. Some of it. Tens, however, going to be good for one. Tries to clear out on that Dizzy, but then gets taken down. Second. Still in market. Finds one, but finds three. We'll find him. 2v3. Disadvantage for the side of Paper X. 24 seconds now remaining. Spike needing to be planted. Jing, however, now finally striking. Catches Saucy. Swing around the backside. Mind Freak finds John Cutie. The spike can be planted. And Zelsis is the last one standing.
Oh, the time?
It does push them off. He's not planting. And Zelsis gets them lined up and stunned up to be able to close out a third round here on the half for Sentinels.
Baller play. Just absolute guts of steel from Zelsis to throw out such a high impact ultimate in a 1v2 and then close things out on the clutch. It starts with this great push out from Sentinels, something they hadn't done. And then they're able to hold market control and B site from John Cutie as well, just staying alive for as long as possible. That gives them all the heads up that it's eventually coming B. And then Zelsis, just high fashion.
Very excellently done from Zelsis. A chance now for Sentinels to potentially get a fourth round on the board. That is a devastating way for things to kick off. Your smoke's now eliminated within the first 10 seconds. Ten's gone, trying to push forward into B main. With a quick shot finds him. Now John Cutie's position revealed. The rush forward, though, has him lined up, but cannot get that second kill. It'll just be a 1-for-1 in that regard, but the advantage still held by Paper X.
Yeah, second's a little far out, Sail.
Molly towards Boba. Mural depth going through. Zelsis, oh, this time, no shenanigans coming through. Jing, yep, okay, finally gets the kill. Took him a couple checks to be able to get it done, but given that he was stunned up, just no reply possible for Zelsis. Saucy on top of the box, gonna be able to find one Mind Freak. Gets him, then falls. With 2 members left standing, Paper X will be able to close it out for a 9-3 half once again.
Yeah, I love that Jing just was too ahead of himself. He was so scared about the Nightfall that he kept having to swing back around, but closes things out. The Thrash coming out once again. That's what, 3 Thrashes in the first half or something. Great play. His utility's been really impressive here from the get-go. I mean, the Mollies have been good. The Dizzies have been getting the information that they need. Even there, just throwing it out just to check for his teammates coming in from market. So this is something that has clearly been practiced.
Yeah, for sure. He's been looking very much at home with this one. Constantly finding value in getting picks. And oh, we had to do him dirty with this one, didn't we?
No, we're showcasing how aware he is about the second person swinging out.
It's just not forgetting that there's somebody in the corner.
Exactly.
He's always aware of it. But that is going to bring us now to the half. 9-3, much like we saw on Breeze, but this time with Paper X way out in front. I mean, I was thinking coming into the day that this was going to be destined to be a 3-mapper.
Yeah, I was really hoping.
It seems like right now, given the pace that we've been seeing, that is very much on the cards unless we see a huge run back from Sentinels.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, with the composition they have, you know, the rain is in their hands. With the breach on the fade, they can force the issue a bit easier here in attack without worrying about, you know, the other team going the other side. Maybe you losing out on timing for your cooldowns. You have much more control. However, the big question is Forsaken's timing on those 0 points, and then, of course, the Gecko as well. I mean, that Molly, We saw it even get a kill here on Sunset after it trapped up tens. Now that it does damage over time when it first lands, it can really slow things down.
Yeah. We need to see that heavy impact here from Zekin. Has been getting shut down time and time again. Forsaken. I mean, I wonder if Forsaken just runs drills with Jing and says, yeah, just blast pack at me over and over again. And I'm going to see if I can kill you.
Wow, I've never thought about that.
Just condition and say like, okay, this time we're going to do it, you know, where I'm stunned.
Yeah.
This time we're going to do it where I'm not stunned. This time we're going to do it when there's a flash coming my way, and just kind of do that.
I mean, honestly, it's probably the best practice you can get with someone like Jing, all right? Just the fastest raise that we've seen on the pro scene.
Well, now we go into the pistol here, the start of the second half. We'll see if Sentinels can pick this one up and take one step towards running this one back into their favor.
Oh, the stacks on board for Paper Rex.
0 point out over the top.
This raise that we've
Dizzy
seen.
goes up as well. Nothing going to be spotted over here towards A main.
Yeah, but that gives so much time for Jing to set up here, and that's full A main control from Paper X. They're finally making sure they keep eyes on mid. Not a double angle, though.
Okay, Forsaken. Last bullet, full stabilize. Gets that shot across, taking down Zekin. Bit of a rocky start here for the side of Sentinels. That entry power taken away from them.
The map movement is very good for Paper X. They throw out the paranoia to make sure they buy time. Then they can refill the gaps here near Boba. You still have the Cypher utility online on B. Just leave the Gecko to watch for A. I mean, this is good. Sentinels, I don't know if they're going to be aware that the entire team is already here on B side for Paper X.
Quick check there at top mid to see if there's anybody looking forward from the side of Sentinels. At 0 point, doesn't find anything. Blindhammer goes across. Forsaken's going to be finding Saucy. Now Jing needing to pick up there on John Cutie. Mike dead. Tens putting that recovered ghost to good use. Comes up with an elimination as Zelsis with the classic finds himself a third. Now we're into a 1v1. Something well aware of his position. Has the wingman, has the Dizzy.
Yeah, something just has to wait, right? You hear the spike plan, you can even throw out both of your utilities to make sure Zelsis can't react. Zelsis is surely aware of this.
He's playing forward. Running out of time, though. Zelsis is going to have to try to commit to this one. Wraps around the backside of the pillar, taps it. Trying to see where the approach is going to be coming through. As he goes out, does manage to get the blind. 3 seconds remaining. There's that. Oh! Zelsis snaps onto something's head, picks up a 4th kill, and a 4th round for Sentinels. What a hero play.
You have to feel for something, because I assume in his head, he threw out the Dizzy, it hits, and he's not sure if Zelsis then decides to get off the plant and swing out, so he doesn't bring out Little Bro for the stun. But Zelsis, after all that time passes after the flash, he's like, you have to be wrapping around. You're still not swinging. Oh, he hears him at the last second as well.
What a reaction. 14 HP, the difference between round 1 and round lost. But Sentinels, they pick up the W. And that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, Vandal here for Zekin as well. Heavy investment. They want to be able to catch right back up.
Tens with the Guardian, finding Jing. Spam through just over the heads here up Forsaken, who's trying to push forward, but Tens, give it a close range. Still gonna be good for it. Can even take the Sheriff if he wants. Dizzy will find one, or trying to be snatched up here by something who wants to get that Thrash online, but Saucy playing close by, able to get the punish.
Well, that about wraps up the round itself. It's just a matter of can Paper X do a bit more damage. Obviously, something eventually did get that ult orb on A main, so they got one piece of advantage. Looks like they're just going to make sure they stay doubled up, and at that point, probably try to die to the spike.
Yeah. Nades in the corner. They can clear out any drop wires. Cam now going to be destroyed as well. Trying to Divide. Likely to just get in a position where he can sacrifice to the spike. Not give any additional kills over, because I mean, Zelsis again getting that plant, getting that 4K in that first pistol round of the half. He's only 2 off.
Exactly.
Having that Rolling Thunder.
That's why he's going to push out. You have to. I mean, you only have the Stinger anyway. He gets one and dies. Rolling Thunder's online.
And yep, for the bonus, he will have it. Mind Freak with 2 nice kills. Let's get a little bit of extra punish here. The larger weapons, though, still going to be very much held from the side of Sentinels, though. So not going to be feeling too rough around the edges when it comes down to that economic impact.
Yeah, with the Rolling Thunder on the bonus, that is huge. I mean,
shades of stacks right there.
They can really just barrel through a site. Oh man, that's crisp as always.
Fantastic shutdown.
Now here's the crazier part is that if Sentinels predicts that Paper X is just going to bail because of the Rolling Thunder. They can even just try to creep into a site and then use it against a retake. I mean, lots of options here.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be the preferred strategy here for them if they can get that space. And right now, it is being given up. Paper X pulling very far back. Like Jing wanting to recontest, but has to back away as the Rolling Thunder does go crashing across. Paint shells into the corner to try to disrupt him. John Cutie catches Forsaken, trying to rush out of the smoke. Freaks counter spraying back through. Will be able to equalize there. 1-for-1 going to be found. Now Mind Freak gone. Brings Sentinels back into an advantage as the spike gets planted here on A.
Sentinels still pretty decent position. They can always wrap around back to elbow. Paper X just has too many angles to clear. And not enough members to do it.
Something needs to land this opening shot. Flash timing. Works against him just a little bit there. Ends up falling down. Jing with one. We'll find Sasuke. There's still so much work to be done, and they know exactly where both players are from Paper Rex. So Second swinging around over the top mid, trying to, or A-Link I should say, trying to get this catch, but then just backs away. Seems like they will just go their separate ways. Allow these two players to carry their weapons forward, but Sentinels not really going to be concerned about that one. They're more concerned about getting that 6th round.
I love the idea from Sentinels to go for the hunt initially, though. This is their bonus, so if you can try to get a couple of those extra ult points, a couple extra creds, and then shut down the economy from Paper Rex wouldn't have been bad. But once you realize it's going to be too far of a stretch, both teams just going their conservative ways. And now Sentinels, they're starting to catch up.
But they are. Only 3 rounds now separating. As very similar to Paper. I mean, we saw Paper X pick up 4 consecutively before Sentinels were able to find one. Sentinels very much on that same track. Paper X still a world away from having that showstopper, from having that null command. Something still off. The Thrash by 2 charges.
Cover going
Only
out.
that from the shadows available at the moment here from Mind Freak.
Oh, and that should open up the ult door for the Nightfall here as well for Sentinels. Saucy, if he picks that up, that's another free hit onto the A side. Paper X, they got to be aware of the possibility.
Oh, Jing, spam the smoke.
Decently split apart here. Something would have to rotate back through the link though. Try to avoid it.
You have the trap wires on site. I mean, I think you can try to hold some further angles, rely on the traps here.
Ooh. He's spotting
Cage triggered.
Jing there for just a brief little moment. Mark it as Mind Freak should have been spotted there on that jingle. Has to try to back away. TP up onto the top 10s again, trying to go for the box play. Ends up falling. Something good for the kill, but Second pushing forward into the smoke. Finds Mind Freak to trade it back. Man stunned. Should have gone across. Faces him up for just a little moment there. The pop flash out of the smoke. John Cutie, however, counter swings back. Catches Forsaken, but Dubai gets him. Now it's all on Celsius, and this time he won't be able to get it done.
Yeah, but a lot of weapons dropped once again for Paper X, so they are constantly on their back foot. Sentinels, they'll be able to buy right back up. Just a Nightfall being invested in terms of heavy investment. And something just heads-up play, trying to hold a bit of an off angle.
That's just like a cat.
Wow.
He likes elevation, it would seem. Just if there's something high up, he needs to climb it. Just go for his perch.
Yeah, you just can't resist it.
I have the TP on top of this. It's like a glass bottle on top of the box that he knocks off.
Yeah. If he fits, he sits.
Breaking the win streak here. Paper X get themselves to double digits, but as you were saying, economically, Sentinel's still in a very strong spot overall. Thrash going to be coming through. Blinded up and dive sports. Not going to be finding too much. Forsaken eating quite a bit of damage to the box. Just wanting to get that fragment through, but doesn't really find them much space.
Yeah, Sentinels can back off of this. I mean, they took out the Paranoia and the Thrash. They scratched up Forsaken a ton. A lot of value earned, and you already have mid control from John Cutie.
Across, Jing. Saucy there. Cutie is lurking forward, sends up the cyber cage. Boombot. Not going to be finding much. I think the pin shell's actually getting clipped onto the corner there of the wall. Not going to be bouncing where he wanted it. Either way, it's lurk forward here. John Cutie getting himself situated in market. Trying to go for a backstab through Boba potentially.
One way.
One way is set up at Jing. Even though the flash comes in, saw just enough intent to be able to get that elimination first and foremost. And now John Cutie going to be spotted.
Wait for the plan.
Thing down, pushed on the corner. Divide, ready for it. Takes him down. Continues to swing. Continues the challenge, but this time will pay the iron price. But so too will Zelsis, as there's just too many players waiting for him. It's all in Second, and he gets 3.
Seconds left.
Oh my god.
Forsaken a world away.
This is why
And
you
at
do your aim
46
training.
HP, and yeah, Second has brought this one back from the brink. 20 seconds remaining. Doesn't know where he's at. Bounces his way forward. Wraps around. Where does he decide to plant? Quick tap. He's planting in the open. If Forsaken swings the corner now, he will be able to spot him. Sees him and gets the headshot. 6 health remaining for Forsaken. Second, the world on his shoulders, and he crumbles at the very last moment.
Oh, wait, what?
What a play from him, though,
Oh, I like. Oh.
to keep them in this round.
A highlight of the match for sure from Second, but it just was not enough. A darn shame for Sentinels, because it would have paved the way for the comeback.
Absolutely unreal spray down. But it all started there with Jing getting that catch on to Saucy. And that one-way setup from Devi. Just he and Jing playing around it so beautifully.
Yeah, really good adjustments from Second.
And all he said was, nice. That's all his teammates give him in that one.
Yeah, just
You don't want to
slow, Jing.
distract. You don't want to distract. You want to keep him, focused in on it. But I'd be losing my mind. So that will be a second timeout now called here from Sentinels. Even with the initial run back on the half, Alex very much kind of comfortable to just sit back and wait for these to pop up. Let them make these adjustments on their own, it would seem.
Yeah, I think if you're Paper X, you're looking at the movement from your players and you're happy with it, right? Even though you're losing a couple rounds, their adjustments have been good. They realize what areas of the map are empty. They realize how they need to cover it up. Jing's movement, very quick with the blast packs as always. Omen even using that from the shadows this past round to make sure they fill in the B site. So the pressure continues to be on Sentinels, who has 5 rounds to try to catch up here. 6-11 score gap. Zelsis trying to bring the vibes back up for the team.
See if he can, though. He's now at 11. The run back is quite difficult here for Sentinels, but they got 2 pretty big ultimates here, but they're matched on the opposite side.
The showstopper is going to come out from mid for Jing. It looks like the Paranoia primed as well.
Right now,
to the tiles.
that's decent for Sentinels, given that they are split away from mid. No one playing over towards courtyard whatsoever, so if this is just going to be a rush showstopper play, which it is, he's not going to be able to find too much of anything. Just sends it widely. Maybe going wide. Chat says Rosa is second as well, now rushing forward. Waiting for a target. Do they read the Device in the smoke? He pushes out. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Saucy taken out. Showstopper does find its mark.
All right, well, that kill buys enough time so they don't have to give up Boba on the side of Paper X. You're able to pitch back onto the site, and Zelsis, he's trying to create another opportunity as he's already flanking mid.
A little bit of that late fragment. 10's only going to be chipped down to 77. John Cutie forced out into the open because of that Molly, but still comes away with a kill on the something.
Zelsis all the way up to Boba, going for the wild card play.
Plays out here for them. Because right now, 10's and Second trying to hold down the front lines. They're so damn weak. Second going to be taken down now. 10's flushed out, and it's all on Zelsis' shoulders, but Mind Freak will find him. And the timeout is not going to result in a round win. It's going to be Paper X now moving up to map point.
Zelsis had a master plan, but Mind Freak was just one step ahead of him. The entire team of Paper X, they had no intention of trying to stick that defuse. They wanted to bait out where that flank might be coming from. They knew it was either coming from Market, and then he realized with that time, maybe it's coming all the way from Boba.
Excellently done. I mean, he ends up dying, but still critical picks coming through there. Just getting rid of that fade, getting rid of Saucy.
One enemy remaining.
All down on this one, but yeah, Mind Freak with the read. A great catch. Now brings Paper X just 1 round away, pushing us all the way to Haven.
Oh, and the read is here again from Paper X. They are stacked to pinch on to an A push. Mind Freak!
Guns him down. 2 quick kills can be found. Now sends out the Paranoia to back away safely. And already it seems like the round and the map should be done. 3 players left. Zelsis in desperate need of his ultimate. Needs 2 kills.
Whoa,
But
whoa,
it's going to be John Cutie. Coming up huge. Something, however, answers back. Saucy Zelsis now on the ground. John Cutie, the last man standing. 1v1. Something wrapping back around through mid.
Last player standing.
His way up top. Forsaken will bleed out.
No!
And John Cutie,
You forget.
the new IGL for Sentinels, comes up huge to extend the map.
I find them.
Bringing that one back to the brink with a 4K.
All right, where's that timeout, Alex? I think we got to calm the boys down just a little bit after that past one. That desk is not safe for that.
He'll call it a 10. 12 to 10, that's what he'll call it.
Wow, I mean, great call from Paper X at the start of the round. They just overheat. They think it's going to be an easy clear. And John Cutie, it looked like we were in an ice ultimate for a brief moment there between John Cutie and
I mean, that was
something.
that was like 30% of his kills in just that one round right there. Just an enormous round from him, picking up 4.
Shadows
Keeps him in this one. Prowler out, not finding too much of anything. Second, be able to spot that one. Oh, he spots corner of Jing there, but Jing able to find the elimination. A 1-for-1 so far. Something does get taken down. Jing now retreating back into Boba. Rolling Thunder pushing them away. Fragments out, flash on the corner. Divine swinging, finds him, catching Saucy during the plant. 10's gonna be taken down.
Get wrecked,
John
man.
Cutie and Celsius, the last one standing. Guardian strafing, not gonna be able to find the shot.
Exactly, bro.
Hero Theft reveals their position. John Cutie caught off guard. There's the cleanup coming through. Extended by an additional round, but then Paper X, they put their feet down. They say absolutely no more. We want to go to Haven, and they shall.
Man, all those fans that were thinking that Paper X is just trolling around on the first map, boy, do you look silly, because this is just Paper X, right? They'll throw out their own ideas, they'll try it out, and if it doesn't work, they hit back harder on the next map. Coming with a, you know, I would say bit more traditional, obviously Gecko not so much, but the overall idea here is a comp that had some strong theory on Sunset. Something played the Gecko very well, but a big part of this was Jing.
A big part of it was Jing, but also Mind Freak. And I mean, I don't want to read too heavily into this one, but when people start playing with cables, that often means a substitution.
Oh.
Does this mean we get Moniette coming in on Haven to play smokes with Jing still in the roster?
Man, that's an interesting idea, just because Jing, that was probably the one part about Jing being on the roster that was weak, was Haven, right? Because you're like, well, do we play double duelists with the Raze? Do we play the Reyna again? You never really had a clear answer. Curious to see how that pans out.
I'm curious to see how this goes and whether or not I am going to be misreading the situation, but either way, our third map, this is what we wanted, and this was what we shall be delivered. The series certainly not disappointing. 13-7 score lines in both maps, with each team picking up 1 win apiece. Now coming down to the wire for a map 3 to settle it all and see who's going to be staying in the upper bracket in Group A.
And I don't want to get too ahead of myself either, but just looking at both Paper X and Sentinels, already so much hype building up for 2024 VCT as well, right? Both of these teams partnered in their respective leagues and showing up strong here in the offseason, looking like they're continuing to look to improve and innovate for the upcoming metas. These are some good signs here for Valorant esports around the world.
Oh, absolutely, and there's plenty more signs to be witnessed throughout this 6-day stretch of tournament that we do have. Because I mean, even after this one, we've got DRX going up against Full Sense, so the action is going to be absolutely stacked. But as we can see here, it seems like it's just another one of those occasions where you just win on your opponent's map pick.
Yeah, Paper X just looking stronger across the board here, other than the clutch is coming in. The clutch gene still online for Sentinels, but that only got them up to 7. We'll be able to take that defeat and go all the way to a third map here on Haven.
Well, Jing back on the stage and back in the spotlight. 22-12, 295 ACS, and 4 first kills.
Can I just say, John Cutie, it's got to be that round where he got the 4 kills, the second to last round of the map here. That's what brought his ACS up, because how are you topping the ACS of a 1915 Zeus' Breach that also clutched around?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, sometimes the math just do be like that. Either way, though, we are in for a treat. On map 3 here in our opening series of the AVL between Sentinels, between Paper X. Haven is going to be coming up after this break, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You clearly do not want to miss any of the action.
kalau Pray for C ada di Paper X, Hello.
Accuracy.
Snappy with it.
Oh, and then they swing
Viewer
back to
dari
A. I mean, Paper Rex are kind of toying with their food here. Uh-oh,
For
whoa.
the kill. Okay, with the double swing out, John Cutie will be able to help finish the kill, and that gun can be recovered. No one there to watch for this one, but now the A site is going to be blown wide open. So that Vandal needs to be put to good use. And second, ideally, wants to find some form of value here before getting taken out. And then he's only got 20 HP. Damage to the smoke. Saucy as well now. Whittle away at. And that's the value I'm talking about. Second just managed to find one. At least picks up a kill.
fall damage
His teammates an opportunity, but smoke dissipates. Saucy will fall to the op shot. Moniette has the cleanup. 4-0. Paper X off to a roaring start.
And attackers, operators paying off. We don't see that too often, especially this early on in the round, but something makes it work. And this does slow Paper X down quite a bit the longer they hold on to it. Of course, they have the Blade Storm for this round, but if he's always able to get that first pick, and sometimes if it's a Cypher, that just absolutely makes the site free.
Yeah. And the Cypher, the breach, everything. That's all your slow util coming through to try to stop those attacks from coming in. The drop down, I mean, second, even eating the fall damage, just to be able to get out there and find that elimination. A bold choice, but comes away with it, but unfortunately not enough for Sentinels to find themselves around win quite just yet.
So Sentinels, they don't want to be shaken up by early movement too much anymore, so they're going to hold on to that sewers control. However, that's both their initiators being held on there, so no slows, no info. Rest of the map.
Ini nih,
Tends a little bit more of an off position.
Sekarang viewernya stabil.
Back wall here at
Biar
backside.
nggak terlalu mencolok sama
It's
YouTube.
not spotted by the approach. Also doesn't see how far forward they're pushing. Second with an
Kayaknya
off
gua
zone, however, just
mencolok
find an
juga
open kill.
sebenarnya nggak ngaruh deh.
Jing pushing up into garage, taken out.
Careful.
I wonder if Paper X, you just try to creep in here after the smokes go off.
Sebenarnya Tensnya nggak underperform today. Dia udah perform at his best. It's just his team that's
The
trash.
attack, the push forward.
It's not spotted.
Oh,
Okay,
it's not
big
his team
reveal
is
there.
trash.
Paranoid
CRX is
send out
better.
Tens, catching on to multiple players. There's the
Fucking
reveal to
deep.
swing onto the corner. John Cutie, able to run the
Oh,
plan.
Bonganya
Probably going to be taken
gagal.
down. Now the spike, completely stranded. Taken,
Tens
turn,
is not
spray
dog,
fire.
eh.
Just
He's
find second,
playing
however.
good today.
And he reads that there's going to be someone in the corner, but he cannot get the kill in Tens. He'll be able to capitalize. Forsaken
that?
gone.
Okay, they cannot play.
One enemy
Anticipating
remaining.
the push. To try and work this one into their favor.
Aja
Can't
kameranya
push
di situ.
out. See him. Tries to tag him through the smoke and does not. Push up.
No!
Shorty gets the kill, but he cannot survive. Tens up on top, mid-sight. We'll be able to finish him off. Up is going to be recovered, and Sentinels get themselves around win.
The huge kill from Zekin on C through garage shuts things down, really forces the rest of Paper X to go into B because they had no information on A. So Paper X are going to have to find an adjustment on this early smoke on A lobby, right? That just shut them down from taking any control. A good paranoia coming in from Ted shuts down the approach on B.
Right before he could have disappeared into the smoke. Gets the catch. You don't want to give something any opportunity
Disgusting
whatsoever.
From Tens.
Scanning ahead.
Let's have the knives, but
Dartnya kemana?
the cash.
Ah,
How
balik
abundant
lagi
it
di
is here
situ.
for Paper Rex. We'll just be carrying forward that Vandal and save the ult for a rainy day. Empress
Itu fake dart atau
online here
apa,
for
Cuk?
Jing.
Tadi dartnya balik lagi ke mid ya?
Decides to pop that.
Utility at the ready here for Zelsis, but he may be
Zelsis,
overextending
come
just
on,
a bit. He's already sitting
walk through
quite
short and
wide.
die.
Thinks they might be popping up in the smoke.
He doesn't have the read necessarily that he's already that far forward,
wait,
but
wait.
now we'll just be forced to back
Oh,
off as the
double
flood
ada ya?
starts coming in. Jing swinging onto the corner,
Nice,
finds one,
Jing.
finds two. Zelsis taken down, goes for the heal,
Eh.
wants to try to get over healed. Tens will be able to find one before getting eliminated by that nano swarm for Forsaken. Something out of the fray, but it's all on second and John Cutie, and given that he has
Itu
the
turret nggak
operator
detect?
trying to play for this retake,
Player standing.
it's certainly impossible
Sengaja
now.
itu
Second
kan.
will just have to back away.
Sengaja is a bait, so.
Gotta save that up, but you know, seeing the cred situation here for a couple members, I think Paper X are gonna go for the hunt.
Oh, they absolutely are. Moniette spotting, gets the note.
Oh, he's gotta run.
Dashes away. Nice line of sight. How deep do they want to pursue? Jing already wrapping his way through the B site. And they get the catch. This would be absolutely huge for Paper X if they
Udah
can
di
find
pinch,
him.
Joe, udah nggak bisa apa-apa.
Forsaken making noise, so is Jing, just trying to
Oh,
disrupt him.
drops down into the
Jump
corner.
and drop.
Second, aware of it,
Oh,
missed
no.
the shot. Classic gets the headshot, but so too will Jing with the Vandal. Gets the kill, gets the op.
Nice try,
Right
Zekben.
back into something's hands, and now
Oh, mampus
Sentinels
anjing.
very much forced to call a timeout.
I can't believe they bring that op back. You just decided not to buy one up again. You're like, well, if it's free, I will take it, actually. So, okay, attacker's off.
I mean,
Back in the hands of Paper X.
people like free stuff.
You can't just take everything given to you, okay, Achilleos? Sometimes it's not good for you.
Yeah. Well, this is not good for Sentinels.
Definitely not.
The singular round picked up, so they'll end up really slow things down now. Get themselves back into a decent position.
Though I will say, again, looking at the team composition, they don't need too many rounds here in the first half, right? The defense is much tougher for Paper Rex. They're always going to have to push out. They're always going to have to force the duels. You can kind of just sit and wait for them. However, you do want, more than 4, right? Probably 4 or 5.
Let's start with more than 1. How about that? That's the first step.
Yes.
And that's what they're looking to achieve off the back of this timeout. And we'll be going into a bit of a rough round when it comes down to what they can piece together. We'll see what kind of weapons they can get widely. They should be able to have, some weapons here, maybe another AWP scraped together.
Yeah, if they're going for all the half armors, I believe that should be possible, and they've been planning for that with the half armors through and through. So hopefully it pays off in the long run. But the big question is
not something
we talked about this during the break, actually, you and me. You know, the difference between Killjoy and Cypher. It's just Cypher, he shines best on Aim when you're doubling down on a site and just making it impenetrable with your trap wires. However, that does mean you have to still be kind of spread thin across the rest of the map. And we're seeing that once again for Sentinels. They go all in on a C defense for Cypher.
That lockdown can be good, locking down a site, I should say. But only if they're really pushing into your site. Second with a very nice opening kill, however, will get rid of the buy. Second now, just trying to get himself out to safety. Will be able to do so, but Monyet, himself situated here in heaven. Do they read this?
Yeah, but all this chaos has given so much room for Forsaken.
He's down in second, has his eyes trained on heaven, does find it. Like you say, Forsaken does buy himself a good amount of space. Swung around the back of C site. Looking to see if somebody's going to go lurking forward out of that position, but now he's got to be worried about that defender spawn as the double approach comes through. Flash turns from it. Now his eyes are trained.
You have no
Cutie.
idea.
Oh no. There it is. The 1-2 punches. Jake does very much the same. Back over in a link. The patient play from Forsaken. Absolutely gorgeous. Shades of CGRS on Pearl versus NRG. Lurks all the way into the back towards the defender spawn and picks up 2.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot because you had garage control. C traps weren't broken yet. I mean, it seems obvious to us because we saw the path Forsaken took all the way through, but you don't imagine that he's sitting in C site.
1 here, 2 here.
Oh, the calls come out, and it's just double, and Jing seals the deal with a double of his own. And then they bring up the tempo. They know Sentinels are weak, even if the trap wires are here. They just don't care at all.
Free sight, bro.
They do not. Lockdown at the ready. It's a plant relatively for free, just a full disconnect here. Sentinel unable to play forward, giving the weaponry, but Zekin knives out, has to find 1. Monyet now going to be taken down. Hunter's Fury opened up. On the hunt here is Sasi,
Tadi match 1 banyak banget yang on point
the back away, the rolling thunder crash across the line, going to be caught by that one into the right corner. Now the defuse.
They haven't heard
held
it.
to have. Swing back out, Celsius is gone. John Cutie going to be mowed down. Second, needs to do so much work. Dashes back into the cubby. Sasi will be able to find 2. Knives expiring. Forsaken finding 1, but the defuse is going to be held. He cannot stop it. And our first thrifty of the AVL will come through as Sentinels get themselves a second round win.
It costs so much, though, right? I mean, you use 3 ultimates just to take back the round. Sure, the Hunter's Fury being used as a counter to that lockdown, but then you have to use the Rolling Thunder just to make sure you can mask the first half of the defuse and try to stick it with enough time on the stun. Yeah, it gets you the round win, but it doesn't really clear up the problem that you've had all through and through, is that when Paper Rex start to take a main control, how do you stop them at this part of the map?
Deploying
Good for them to go ahead and finish that one out, like you said. Very costly.
Click his head, bro. Click his head, bro.
Fury. Would love to have some additional tags in there. Sasi's doing his job, getting rid of the lockdown the previous round. Divine out with one of his own. See when he decides to commit that one.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
They'll never expect him to not be on top of the box.
Oh, there you go. He's always had that eagerness. Oh, man, the timings from each other as well. Just the game sense.
Oh my god.
Looking forward. Hunter's Fury opening up something. Taken down by Second with the operator. Jing pushing forward.
Bro,
Here goes out
Forsaken.
Spots. Free little bit
No,
there.
he
Sasi,
did,
but
bro.
cannot take him down. Ends up falling. Monyet pushing forward, finds one.
Nonton di mana YouTube sama
It
Twitch
goes
ada.
across.
Ada di Afrika
Shot up
TV,
and
bro.
ahead.
Ada di
10
Afrika
seconds if
TV,
he's got
bro.
the connection. Have to play very safe. The neural theft does come through.
Spike
Oh,
planted.
Tens.
The TP in the back, but he takes a shot,
Oh,
and now
what?
Monyet aware of it. Oh my
Kok bisa
goodness.
kena ding?
If Monyet
Dari
can just
mana
stay
aja?
alive, I mean, Devi should have an opportunity. But Devi just wants to hide himself all the way to the end. They're going to play for time.
Don't
Thinks
pick out
they
yet.
know that
Don't
two
pick out
players
yet.
are going to be
Okay,
very
good.
weak.
Pick
John
out.
Cutie,
No,
the only
no,
one with full HP at the moment. Now second, going to be finished off.
Nice.
Up on top.
Oh, 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 oh.
Monyet finds the
Nice.
kill. John Cutie will not be able to get the
PUBG kita
transfer.
kemana?
Devi
Ditukar
pushes
sama si
forward,
Monyet.
finishes the job, and Paper X move up 7-2.
Monyet knows that they can't afford to take the risk of just creeping into the smoke. So if he's hiding in the smoke, they just have to leave him alone. He leaves that gap to make them think they cleared out that entire corner, but he hides at an angle where he's just able to stay alive. Forsaken, of course, a good pick on Zelsis that eventually leaves him open
Itu
to
bagus banget
10s,
dari Dava itu.
but this is just Monyet with the mind games. Devi swings out after that to mask Monyet's presence. That leaves 10s open as well.
Well, it just doesn't look pretty. People buying down to around 1,800 here on the side of Sentinels, but it's very disjointed. Two Sheriffs, Bulldog, a Vandal, and then a classic. 10s, however, speaking of Sheriff.
Oh,
with a good
no,
use in
no,
second.
no,
Or push
bro.
out, we'll find something. So this is a fantastic start here for the
Top
side of
trading,
Sentinels. Something
bro.
that they desperately need. Swinging around the back, second still on the hunt.
Just on his own, though. If you
Forsaken
can't
dead back over on the
Jing,
side.
lihat map.
Pushing
Aduh.
forward, not ready for it. That leaves just Devi. 10s is low. Sasi not far away. Push out. Ooh, snappy. Saw just enough of them. And now knows that there's going to be one playing over towards short side. Second on the jiggle peaks. Untouched by that.
Oh, here comes the pinch. Devi just trying to isolate these 1v1s, but this is impossible.
Nice
And
try.
just over the head of second, cannot get the kill. Only one player lost. Sentinels fighting back. Still so much money in the coffers of Paper X, however.
Yeah, but for Sentinels, I think if you get one more round, you're okay. You're okay looking at the overall map. You should feel like you can climb back, but
I'm just running mid.
3 points is always still kind of that weird
Nice. Oh, I did the
weird
tiger.
line there.
Nice, boys, let's go, come on. Let's get 5.
A chance for them, as he says, let's get 5. A chance for them to do just that.
1070 IQ.
The full weaponry on both sides.
Revealing area.
That's kalau nggak main
Presence
tulis
over
nggak akan
here towards
pinter
A.
tuh.
Dart goes out, something makes it across, but the gun barrel is going to be spotted. Second now starting to push up. Since Hudson spray and something swings right into it. Head going to be spotted. The dash back. Second, finding another.
Aduh,
shot.
one more itu,
Coming
bro.
by, takes out the buy.
Last player
Now Forsaken
standing.
going to be gone. Suddenly it is just Jing forced out into the open. The Lyric finds him some space, but as he
Nice
swings
try.
back, avoiding the flashpoint, Zelsis will put a bullet through his face, and that is going to be
Ayo,
4 now locked in for
bro.
Sentinels.
Before the
Okay, so
switch.
Sentinels say, you know what? The
Ayo,
best way to stop them
bro.
at A lobby is just to fight them at A lobby,
it
right?
off
Just keep
lah.
C locked down with the Cypher utility, meet them where they want to fight. And that's how they're able to stop that round. And now Sentinels trying to get a
Rusty,
read on what
bro.
the adjustment is from Paper X.
Can we help him?
Just an early push out from second.
coming,
I
I'm
think
coming.
something had no idea that he had already been spotted on the jump there.
Attack, watching. Ready, I'm gonna flash him. Nice, boys, let's go.
Fantastic setup there.
Clean.
Huge round to win. Still the cash, though, going into this last round. Only going to be Devi, who has a bit weaker util here. Stinger in hand for him.
Yeah, something has to Blade Storm, so I'm curious that they didn't go for that weapon swap, but it'll stick for now.
And versus here.
Lance
He's
is
had from the
upping.
shadows. Just the knives for Zekin, which is a good backup to the operator in case they start really encroaching on his position. Swing out, no,
Nice.
it's gonna be fouled.
Wah,
Couldn't put the
gacor
cloudburst
anjing.
down.
Go ahead, go ahead,
Couldn't
go
get
ahead,
up
go ahead,
fast
go ahead, go ahead. Yes,
with a
yes,
huge
yes, yes.
punish.
Oh, and the ult all the way into spawn, just so you can cover both sides. Can't go for the flank as well. I mean, A side already somewhat cleared by Forsaken.
Monyet's looking away. Gets the catch on the one. TP up into the stairs, but he's getting encroached upon here from behind. Push out Forsaken, looking for 10s, the opposite hand, and he's not going to be able to use it. Monyet now taken down, but he should have identified the
Gila,
location of the last two
Forsaken.
players, and he has.
Gila.
Forsaken will turn. He will
Dua
get
op
the
aja
kills,
one-stop
and
Paper X,
X
bro.
will lock in an 8-4
Switching
half.
sides.
Paper X and all over Sentinels with their classic Reyna comp here on Haven. On the
half
attack
aja.
side,
Kita
now
lihat
the big
map.
question is
Apa?
do they continue to push out on defense? Because if you don't, you don't
my
really
mic
have any
udah gede
information,
banget,
right?
udah
I mean,
gede
sure, you
banget,
can hold
bro.
down Garage and C with
Literally.
Killjoy, and you have the Sova, but you got to take space off of the Sova. And until that operator comes online, it's got to be the Reyna that helps push
Yeah,
out.
bro.
Continuously good lurks here from the side of Monyet. In that catch, getting information. The cleanup comes through. Second getting taken down
Is it the filter?
over
I
on the
think
B
it's
site right off the
filter.
rip. That
Oh.
really unraveled things for Sentinels. Need that operator to just be able to maintain that line. Now plenty to talk about here for both sides as we go
Coba
into
kita
this
remove the
halftime.
filter.
He said it doesn't take that much
Iya, Cok, dikejar
necessarily
guys, Cok.
when you're starting off on the defense, especially when there's a Reyna getting ready to play defender's side on the opposite team.
Yeah, knowing Paper X's style, knowing that it's Reyna, I think Sentinels, their biggest weakness is going to be the fact that they're going to want to
gua
play a
gedein.
bit
Ini
scared at the
kayaknya
beginning of each
gara-gara
round,
filter
right?
deh.
They're
Gua
going to
nggak
want
nyadar
to wait
filter
to
gua
see
nyala.
if the push out comes and then try to counter it with, something like the fault line or the paranoia. Now, Paper X, if they've, finally adjusted from how they used to play this comp, the ideal way would be, force that util out and then just back off. Because if they don't have that util, they also can't go for a clean site execute. And then you can just reset until the cooldown comes back, pressure it again. We'll have to see if that adjustment comes through. Or do they just rely on Jingo kill as they always have done in this competition?
Jingo kill katanya.
That seems very likely.
I mean, he's in good form today.
Yeah.
He is in good form today.
It's a
Obok-obok
change up
bener anjir.
on the composition, but the game plan widely stays the same. He said, being prepared for any of these round-around adjustments. That's what we need to see out of
Kalian siapa yang
Sentinels,
menang?
because like you said, likely going to be expecting some of those, that early aggression coming through.
Oh, this
Kata
fan
gua
came
mah.
prepared. They were ready with the camera. Take the shot as soon as you're up on the big screen. I love it. And then I don't know about that wish for Zelsis. I don't know how many of us actually want to see that on stage. The please twerk.
It's content. I guess that's all we can say. Now, Monyet, widely going to be the one anchoring over here at C.
Lihat monyet is gerak.
Doesn't actually
Kata gua
block
mah.
off
Kayak kayak
C long
kayak lawan
access,
DRX lagi.
just sends the smoke so that he can rotate between back site and back plat.
Gaya rambut gua apa bang?
Sends up another one. Wants to try to push forward. Forsaken now joining him
ini
here in the
apa ya?
smoke, but
Two block.
smoke's expended. No push up
Two block
coming through as something got himself into window alongside Jing. Found a kill. Quick dash out.
Cuman ini
Far too low
gua
to try to
belum
swing that
rapihin
corner.
deh.
Ends up backing away.
bener-bener
Monyet in the meantime will find John Cutie
tadi
outside a
gua pulang
garage.
jam-
Second, finish the
pulang
job.
jam 2.
Reyna's gonna be on.
Mandi gua nggak rapin rambut.
Paranoia at the ready as
langsung
well.
live karena gua pengen nonton
Line
Patrick
straight through
banget.
the smoke one yet. Quite a bit of damage
Ooh.
now. Ooh, yep, spotting each other. Smoke a little bit shallow. Paranoia sent.
Si paling in-lap di turning
Shots
ngampas
continue to
bener
fly,
aja.
trying to dissuade him from pushing
Bukan
forward towards
bukan
this cubby.
turning apa sih ini adrenalin dia
And
lawan Paper
Monyet
X tuh.
just has to try to chip them down or get
Feelingnya tuh
one
beda.
kill, and then it's up to
Kayaknya.
Forsaken. And
Surely
they
this
sure.
is me. Oh my god, he does. Okay, now going to be stunned up. Saucy finds
Aduh!
Forsaken. After shock through the wall, he sits in the wrong spot. Tries to swing back in to go aggressive, but Saucy says no. Picks up a second kill. Something with 22 would have to be the one-tap headshots
Player
coming in, but
standing.
Saucy not going to give him the time of day.
Spike
3
planted.
kills found. They plant away from Divine.
Revealing area.
As the dart bounces it off the top, quickly dealt with, quickly cleared. Nothing found. Cross angle being watched by Zekin over in
Ukuran
Garage.
sempak gua. Why you ask that, bro?
Nigh impossible, but he's still trying to isolate all these fights.
Saw one in Garage.
Nggak
Spike
tahu.
comes through on the opposite side, and Zekin will be able to finish him off.
Ukuran sempak gua.
3 for 3 in
XS.
pistols across this series. Sentinels, they take one
Kenapa
step
banyak yang
towards running this
hate
one back.
fans ya?
Yeah, I think they somewhat
Probably
suspected
he's just
that
playing bad in this
Paper X
match.
would be pushing out of A main, as that's what they usually have always done with this
Two in,
composition
two.
back in the history books. It's just the timing was a bit fast, so they get caught off guard. But at the end of the day, this right here, Saucy and Zekin just being well aware that there could be a double peek off of Monyet trying to draw that aggro. That really opens up the site.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, well, the vibe's trying to be heightened there. TP across. And yeah, not even a chance in hell there with that Sheriff. Forsaken quickly dealt with, and that C site completely broken wide open. Jing and Monyet going to be somewhat nearby, but something who's got all the real firepower here for the team with that Marshall in hand. Still has to rotate across. Guardian shots from Zekin. Not going to get the connection he was looking for.
Oh anjing Forsaken
Caught on some
mati hilang.
positioning here. Start.
Hilang setnya gara-gara Forsaken
Saucy
mati
up.
anjing.
Doesn't get too much damage through.
Gotta hope these martial arts hit. Everyone else has to draw aggro for him.
Yo, look at Zekin, bro.
Shot not being found quite just yet.
Anjing,
With the dart
limpam
alongside
begitu
the Spectre
goblok.
spray. Divine Monyet. Go into the meat grinder. Get absolutely minced. Now it's just Jing and something. left standing to see if they can do anything at all, or even try to sacrifice over towards the
Lu
spike.
lihat something,
Moving onto the
muternya
corner,
cepet
the
banget.
Marshall, even with all of its accuracy, is just not lined up. Jing can't get the headshot. Sasi quick with the ghost, comes up with another kill. Sentinels in flawless fashion bring us now
Tens
2 rounds.
ketemu goat. Bentar.
So with everything being held over, the Marshall even being picked up, as one member of Sentinels did not buy that last round. They even get a little bit of a small upgrade for themselves.
But he's here. Let's go. Sunny. Maybe Grosh. Alright, boys, let's go.
Great readjustment.
Yeah, and you have to imagine now with the buy coming out, probably going to suspect another push out from Paper X, at least on A, right? Just try to get some A lobby control, so it looks like they're waiting for that battle here.
Start to check over towards Seward. Damage is 10. Gets himself over to the brick stack and even taking damage. Still comes up with a kill. Something dead nice and early. Major pickup here for the side of Sentinels is Forsaken lurking forward. The pushing in towards him. He's only going to be good for 1.
Spike down,
Gets
attacker spawn.
No, actually, no damage even going to be found there onto Celsius. Full HP for him is Montiel on that jiggle peak. Going to be chipped away at down to 78. Paranoia sent out, flash into the back site. TPs over here on top of Plat. Now going to be relocating once again after taking down Second. Fantastic movement here. Tens as well in a forward position. Dart goes into the garage window area. Does not scout this spot. Device still wary of it though. Watches, Tens backs away.
Oh, Ten's really smart here. He could have tried to greed for the kill, but he says, okay, well, if they're already rotating back through spawn, surely that leaves A site quite open. Makes the call for everyone to rotate over. Just gonna cover Heaven just as an insurance plan, and now Ten's in prime position.
This could get ugly.
30 seconds left.
28 remaining as the spike gets planted. A site known now by Paper Rex, but Tens on this lurk. Should have heard that jump. Now knife out. Devi again drawing the weapon. Does he read this close corner? Oh, he doesn't actually initially, but he reacts to the whipped shot from Tens off the bat. Now trying to hold down Sewers. John Cutie will just hold down M1. Picks up 2 kills, and Devi is the last man standing. Gets the read on his position, knowing that he's on the cam, but the damage is not going to be that strong. As he tries to rush and swing around the front of the site, Celsius is ready for him, and Sentinels will close out, converting the bonus here. And now are just 1 round separated.
Hunter's Fury online as well, so Sentinels, they should have the momentum. This was a great play, a nice adjustment and variation on that Cyber Cage. That's also one of the strong suits of Cypher. When when you're playing that attack, you can use your own Cyber Cage instead of smoke, just to fake out how you put pressure on A main. Shadow steps through it, creates an off angle that no one expected. So it's the small little mini games coming out from Sentinels that continue to put them in the lead, and I think Sentinels has a good read on the cracks that are showing of this composition's defense coming out from Paper Rex, and that calls for a timeout from Coach Alex.
The desk suffering some damage alongside the scoreline, as that lead has very much dwindled away. Must be cold in the coaching booth.
Oh yeah.
Rocking a nice
but then
knit sweater
Kaplan's
on top of his jersey.
Yeah, but Kaplan's wearing a short sleeve uniform. What's going on here?
I mean, Alex also he's dyed the hair. He's got the black hair going on as well. He's kind of going into his My Chemical Romance arc right now.
Going through a phase here for Coach Alex. Curious to see what he tells him, because in my head, I don't know what else you do, right?
It's not a
have to push
phase.
out.
It's not a phase, Jing's mom.
Yeah, as he stomps on the desk. Oh man.
Well, things certainly heating up. To come out of the timeout. See what they piece together. I mean, 2 sheriffs, 2 stingers here.
You have to save up to the op at some point. That's the only thing that can help cover some of the weaknesses, in my opinion.
Forsaken. Getting himself tucked away. Oh, he jumped.
I mean,
Jason, he jumped. I don't think the dart. Oh, okay, yep, the drone saw him. He's screwed. He's absolutely dead. The jump out, Tens will take him down. Something in the meantime through all of the counter spray. Gets whittled away down to 23 HP. Monet's at 66. And it was all going well until a little hop came through.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a fairly telling smoke. I mean, sure, you can try to still catch just one, but then the drone comes out, the hop comes out. Everything goes all the wrong ways here. Sentinels, I think, happy to just sit here and put pressure on Paper Rex just so they have to dissipate a bit, right? I mean, they're the ones that are starved for information right now. You know they haven't pushed all the way out of A main. You know that camera and tripwire is still available.
Smoke again up on yet. Trying to play elusively here. The Paranoia goes across and buys some space. Counter spam coming through. Sentinels still with just enough time to be able to rotate back across the map. Looks like that's going to be the call. Saucy, I mean, Hunter's Fury
30 seconds
could
left.
use that if they want to play for just a full disconnect post plant. Given the man advantage in the weaponry, maybe shouldn't need it.
Yeah, but Jinx here as well. The Lear coming out. That buys a lot of time.
Now it's all in Divine.
They have
Tries to
no
play
idea.
Patiently. Oh my god! None of them check for him.
Wait for
he
the
needs to nail the shots.
Wait for the plant.
Finds one, finds two. Can he get the third? The answer is going to be no. The Divine has given them a fighting chance, but something. He's the only one left standing and just has a classic in hand. Needs to get the kill. Does so. Saucy, however, full HP just about. The Hunter's Fury in hand. A shock dart would finish him off. Does he send it? No, he doesn't need to. He gets the shots, but my god. Divine. One more kill and this round is over.
You could just see the gears turning in Devi's head, trying to figure out the ideal scenario in his side.
Which one?
Yeah, I have to get at least a spike plant, and then he says, oh, well, if Zekin's standing still as well, might as well go for two. Almost gets three.
That one? No, yeah, that one. If he got that, would have been one of the most unbelievable clutch plays that we would have witnessed. He makes it so damn close, but Sentinels, with Saucy standing tall, they scrape by with the win, and now they tie us up at 8-8. We're talking about the operator. Looks like something has been spotted. Did they note the gun in his hand is the question. They should have a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, with the position he had at the very least.
Oh, Jing, dropping down out of window, still somehow able to stabilize and finds 10s. Take much damage for trouble either. Second to the entry, up on top of B. Clears the space. They know that the site is open. Jing still holding forward, waiting to see if somebody's going to come pushing forward. Lear onto the corner. Second is so damn close. He can see perfectly fine. Takes down Jing. Now we're equalized 4-4. Spike being planted over this A-link side, but Monyet arriving. Would be main. Pushing forward, finds the kill. Sends out the smoke. Second just around the corner in front of him, but something catches him from behind with the operator. Monyet arrives, swings in to find John Cutie. Suddenly it's all on Saucy. He's not going to be able to find the kill. Takes the buy low, can't pick it up. Paper X will once again separate themselves here from Sentinels.
Really good angles held by Paper X, and I want to give props to Forsaken for just staying alive on A-Link. That allows them to refresh the smoke there. They can't push back out because Sentinels, they had to push out somewhere. So once they couldn't push out to Link, they try to push out back through mid. And then you still got something with the operator covering that from C-Link. So just that triple pinch here from Paper X working out perfectly.
Very nicely done. Only losing out on one player here for the side of Paper X, but things still close. Cash still available here for the side of Sentinels. At least another round. Looks like maybe some forward aggression coming through as Jing. Empress at the ready, not going to be popping it quite just yet. Some spam at the side. Does he see him? No, it looks like.
Oh no,
Stecken spotted him, but Jing had no idea. Monyet, however, is there for the counter swing. A 1-for-1 exchange. Not allow for Sentinels to get anything for free. Cam check over at A-Long, nothing going to be spotted, and so far it's just Device situated here on this site, but Forsaken's not far off.
Yeah, and that Killjoy util is still going to be able to buy enough time as well, and if there's ever a lopsided one-to-one trade in Agents, it's going to be that Reyna for Jet. The Sentinel's much weaker on the attack now. Once that drone goes off, I mean, you've still got the Silva watching main. Nanoswarm just to buy time.
Scanning ahead.
With this Nanoswarm going off, I don't know. Oh, Tens was above, okay.
Yep, Tens got up onto the box again. Read this one, Forsaken ends up getting taken down. Swing out of the smoke, Paranoia greeting him. Monyet trying to pull back away, but it's far too late.
Spike planted.
Saucy will take him down. It seems like we are going to be poised, tied up once again. Something with this operator. I mean, Divine needs to find 2 kills for you to realistically want to commit onto this retake.
They want them to peek out so bad, and Sentinels just won't do it.
Tens onto the corner, will get the timing there on the Divide. He's not watching for it, and something just has to try to silently drift away. Operator, at least for the time being, will be held on to, but Sentinels will fire right back, not allowing for Paper X to separate themselves any further.
Let's see if that hunt comes out. I mean, Cred's not looking perfect here for Sentinels, so they're a little wary. Tens just trying to find the obvious spots.
So quietly is going to be just fine. So Operator will be retained here from Paper Rex, but Sentinels just continue to go toe-to-toe against them.
This one.
Look back at him in second, yeah. Just spotting him there. That quick peek around the corner, tense as well. Like, oh, hey, look at this.
Yeah, I mean, the Nanoswarm fake, decent attempt here for Forsaken, but... Yeah, I was going to say, I heard Zelsa shout that, and I looked at the minimap, and I'm like, nothing's happening here.
Yeah, I was like, oh, are they actually going to kill? Like, did they find something? And I just have a delayed feed? Like, what is going on? But no, Zelsa's just popping off. It's my job, Celsius. Come on.
Stealing everybody's jobs here.
Good Jing pushes forward. He gets around the recon. Isn't scouted, but second. He's all the way through the link. In the smoke, though, contained. Pushes out. Still gets one yet in the head. Push forward. Jing now taken down. Second, finding 2 kills. Forsaken stunned up here on the site, all on his lonesome. Here's the updraft. Hits the catch onto 1. Backs away. Wary about to swing around. Runs out of bullets, though, I believe. And Celsius claims the kill. Get knocked down, low on HP. The spot there for a brief little moment on Sassi, but he gets away from the op shot. Second, stuck into the corner. 1 shock dart remaining, but it's not enough to get that kill. Swing, the timing, just a bit off something. Not able to have the reaction time to be able to pick him off. In the meantime, you see Tens getting himself into position, pushing up just alongside the smoking garage, but maybe it's not necessary because Sassi catches him around the back. Something will find his cohort Jet, but then the Tens will finish the job. Sentinels now in the lead, 10-9.
Second, getting that highlight that he so wanted here on Haven, absolutely breaks apart Paper Rex's formation here on defense. They just didn't know what to do. I mean, it's a classic B2C maneuver here. Plant the Jet in, pinch in from garage, but they didn't even really need much of that support. Second just gets the kills with the Blade Storm. Saucy, good heads up play here after he hears the gun swap as well. Knows he has an opportunity where they're not going to peek him out. Gets the wraparound.
The final timeout now called here from Paper Rex. Just 4 rounds separated from the previous one. Things not looking up for them. Only been able to pick up a singular round. So everything now being laid out on the table by Coach Alex to try to turn this and close out the map with a win.
Yeah, we'll see what the adjustment is here. I mean, the most success they've had is when they were able to push out, get that early pick, and then reset, force Sentinels to slow things down. And oftentimes, it's that pick onto Zekin that really slows down Sentinels. But at the very least, you gotta find a way to draw out these crucial set play util, right? The fault lines, the flashes, the recon darts. See what the idea is here from Paper Rex. I gotta imagine maybe another push out from B. No, it's gonna be just a stack on A to push out. Go for the buys. Rely on the Blade Storm here for something. It's honestly, mentally this could work out because they do have the lockdown, so A is what you would normally think that they would go for the retake.
Lockdown's available, but so too is the Hunter's Fury here from Saucy. Multitude of ults to work with here. TP out, Tens just going out to safety, but the paranoia timing. It's caught by that one, and Jing gets taken down. Major punish here from Sentinels, just dissuading this early aggression from Paper Rex, just trying to catch them off guard. Guardian in hand, Forsaken, full flash, puts some damage down onto Zekin. Pulls away, avoids that aftershock, but now everybody is pushing over in towards C, which for the time being is completely unoccupied. Swing in, Forsaken, taking some pot shots, fishing for a tag. Nothing found quite just yet. Plan coming down. Gets the headshot, John Cutie eliminated. Second once again getting tucked away in front of Plat. Second rushing forward, tries to go for Zelsis. Getting split between the 2 players, ends up coming up with nothing. Fault line now going to be sent down, Second taking down something. Devi finds the enemy breach. There's still 3 players to go through, however. Devi swings around the box, finds one, but Tens arrives just in time. Catches him off guard, now Monyet.
Nowhere to run!
The latest W Gaming initiate to try to clutch this one out. Time ticking away, the Hunter's Fury, buying some time. He knows that he can eat at least the 1 charge. Gets it up to half, but with a shorty in hand, Tens will put him down, and Sentinels move up 11-9.
The Shadow Step usage from Tens over on A lobby just to cause all that chaos. Looks good, and a bit of a timing miss here from Monyet's paranoia, I believe. I think that's the one that caught him off, yeah. Unfortunate for something. He really wanted to chase, but looks like the comms just weren't there for Paper Rex.
No, I want to play first.
Ten's just calling for the fight, wants to take the initiative, knows he has the free kills.
Didn't quite hear the back end of that one, but I still also work with, now that Hunter's Fury is out of the way, so the lockdown can get some more value, but kind of things start like that. And again, Monyet up on top of B site, managing to find two.
You don't need to greed the site. You've got that lockdown, like you mentioned, Achilles. They don't have the Hunter's Fury on the other side.
Oh, but Defy playing forward, caught out. Paranoia does get the catch, but not much being found other than some damage on the Tens. Will get whittled away at. John Cutie now just going to be investing that Neural Theft. TP from Tens works his way over towards C, identifying that he is perfectly safe in this position. Did see and note that there's going to be one forward at B, but Forsaken, he gets in front of it. TP out, Titans trying to run away, but Tens does get caught. Lockdown now going to be invested, trying to clear things out. Forsaken, a follow-up headshot. John Cutie dead, but Saucy snappy with it. Takes him down. The spike is not planted, it's still held in hand, but look at Monyet. He can hear this movement, know exactly where Saucy's going to be going. He can relay that, but yeah, there it is. The rotate back across from Jing.
Yeah, but these are just 1v1s.
If Saucy gets this, it's fully isolated. Pushes out, he will be good for the headshot. Saucy wins that, who knows what happens. Paper X, they don't give him the opportunity. One more round to tie us up yet again as Paper X try to claw back.
Oh, just firing range here for Monyet with the Guardian. Love the chase down for Forsaken as well.
A little bit worried for him at first, but he manages to get there. Great follow-up on to John Cutie. But this is still on a knife's edge.
All right, looks like Ten's going to try to cause some chaos again. Get some A main control.
Something going on a walkabout out into mid again. Covering fire here from Monyet as well as Jing. John Cutie.
Wow.
Watching.
I must wait a moment.
He'll just have his cam cleared. Something's going to get himself right up alongside window.
Take flight.
Saucy will check over here towards A long, but nothing going to be spotted. It's a very deep pullback here from Divine.
Yeah, I don't know if Jing's going to get here on time. So Paper X, they have to decide if they're just going to go for the retake or not. Divine has to be ready with an exit. You have to remember there's that fault line potential.
Well, that tells them everything. The fault line does go through. Minor stun up there, but finally Divine able to exit, but this still it's going to have to be a full-blown fight on the retake. Having used the lockdown in the previous round, it's going to be very difficult for Paper X to try to break back through. Something around the backside, they have to clear a trap wire, so they know that there's at least some presence on that flank. Something pushing in, gets that headshot. What in the hell was that? Jing in the meantime, off screen, comes up with one of the Tens. Now John Cutie gonna be taken down, but second, still looks to anchor things. But yet pushing forward, finds one, gets some damage across here onto the enemy jet, and he'll be able to finish the job. The Paper X with the defuse will now tie us up yet again, 11-11.
The paranoia was perfect from Monyet. You could see the comms were just turning back and forth for Paper X as Monyet trying to decide, do I go for maximum damage on the site? Do I try to help out in sewers? And they call for help because the Cyber Cage comes out. John Cutie couldn't see a thing, and something just jumps forward alongside Forsaken. I was wondering if something was actually going to try to updraft around the trap wire, but oh wow, that's just a quick one. Yeah, the paranoia just keeps him trapped in.
Jump peek a Cyber Cage. And, normally that would be Panic City, but he's like, oh, well, he's paranoid, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
What a wild round to tie us up yet again. I mean, you know, suspected that this one was going to go to the distance all the way to 3. We've got there. Woo. Why not OT?
Looking likely. It's looking likely. They're adjusting a lot back and forth. Kaplan a bit more heated than the past timeouts. Didn't like what he saw in the past couple rounds, it seems. I mean, a big part of it, I think, is Sentinels. They started to rely maybe a bit too heavily on the fact that you push one side and then you realize that Paper X has to overreact. You try to overreact yourself, rotate immediately to the other side, but Paper X is quick on the feet as well. Perhaps a bit of a deeper mid lurk or something like that could help out Sentinels on those choices. You know, they've had a couple rounds where they actually pressure them and then run down the clock too much, right? Where they have to just all in without information on the other side of the map. So would love to see a bit more proactive lurk control if that's the style they're going to stick with.
They can pick up this next one. It'll be match point locked in for either team. Operator back into the hands of something. Looks like Zekin just going to be relying on the knives coming into this one. They know they need to have potentially some reserve cash for that next round should they lose here. Even if they win it, then it's a bloody one. TP port. Oh my god! Second instantly finds him on yet and tens. The aggressive TP up catches Jing over in sewer. What a start from Sentinels. But now the push forward for Senkin catches two of his own. The turn back around second, however, finds himself another elimination as the Vi falls. Tens gets rid of an opposing killjoy.
Oh, you have to save this something. I mean, you don't have an answer.
Surely.
Yeah, in the next round, your teammates are all going to need buys. You have to save this. I mean, this was Sentinel just reading it through and through right after the timeout.
Just absolute fantastic decision making. Whether it was Kaplan, whether it was John Cutie, I do not know, but whoever made the call for the double aggressiveness coming through, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the fact that they sent Zek
Is coming.
your teammate.
The turn back around second, however, finds himself another. But now the push. The aggressive TP up catches Jing over in sewer. What finds him on yet? They win it. And it's cash for that next round should they lose here. Even if they win it, then it's a bloody one. TP port. Oh my god! Second instantly finds him on yet. Explosive round. They will take themselves up to match point. One more to go to kick off the AVL with a win and keep themselves in the upper bracket of Group A. See
I need
what can Paper X get together for themselves. A Bulldog in the hands of Moniette. Devi will be able to afford a rifle with that half armor purchase. Util really full across the board. But crucially, Celsius acquired a map from him overall, sure. But he's got a Rolling Thunder going into what could very well be the closing round of this series.
As long as he uses it, it should come out to great effect. Now, the question is do you use it on the entry or do you save it for the retake to really secure the map?
To turn on the flash. Cover up there on the Cloudburst. Something waiting to see if the push forward comes in. Tens tucked in towards the cubby. Dash going to be popped. Nothing spotted. Tens playing this one out patiently, and something knows he's got to drift back over towards the side here of Long to not get caught.
I mean, something has to consider so many angles here. Just that shadow step, another cyber cage.
Gets popped. He's playing on such a slim little line here. Tries to go for the shot, but Saucy just a bit faster. Shuts him down. Now the Rolling Thunder opening up the fight. Gets in front of it, but he's only going to be good for one. Saucy finds the second elimination. The Paranoia slowing them up for a brief little moment here. Bounce on the Nanoswarm into the corner, but Saucy finds the third. Forsaken taken down. Tens finds one yet. Jing, however, comes up with three. Finds himself in a 1v1. Jing gets the 4K clutch. And we are going to overtime.
Ote, guys.
Switching sides.
He is back
Overtime.
in the flesh. Wow, the 4K on the Reyna, tops the board with 22 kills for his team. And now we go to OT.
Absolutely unreal. Saucy doing so much work.
No.
The triple from him to open things up. But Jing just arrives and says, nah, I'm not done yet.
Oh, man. Just one by one.
Absolutely unreal scenes from Jing. Welcome back. Indeed.
He's got that little smirk going on. Brings us to overtime, brings us a banger of a match here to kick things off on the AVL.
I'll admit, I was a little concerned after the first two maps were 13-7. I thought, okay, Paper X, they're back in, Jing's in form.
Yep.
We're gonna go to Haven. Yeah, maybe they just slaughter him. They change things up, they make it more interesting. Mind Freak's out for the first time in forever. We get to see Moniette on this roster alongside Jing. And now we get to overtime. This is everything we could have hoped for. So for all of you who made the decision to stay up late or wake up early to watch this, you are so damn welcome, because this is the series that you deserve.
Absolutely, you are the true winners. To be able to watch Sentinels versus Paper X at the end of 2023 here, going to overtime with these changes that we've had on both rosters all through and through, but also just all players playing at the top of their game, right? I mean, no one really slacking off one way or another. Sure, one might be quiet from one map to the next, but that's all in relativity. Everyone's still holding their own weight. Now Paper X going to be back on the attack, which is where they found most of their success. Had that 8-4 half.
In we go. No, not going to be seeing any operators here. No glass cannon from Zekin. Has been having a hell of a performance here on that jet.
Revealing
When it comes
area.
down to having knives in hand. Dart up over the top, dealt with. Second continuing forward, but a smoke not going to give him any line of sight, so can just get himself tucked away into that A-long cubby. Drone from
Deploying
Devi,
drone.
however, could flush him out.
Yeah, you got to re-clear this, right? This was one of the rounds he lost early last time. Oh,
Doesn't check.
they get drawn out by the saucy spam. Ooh.
And that could be very costly, but for the time being, it looks like Paper Rex widely going to be straying away from the A site. Now, might be okay. Tense, spotted, noted here. Flash comes across, push up Jing, knowing where two players are, but just can't quite get on top of either of them. Lear goes through, Ten's now going to be finished off as Devi finds that kill. One spotted, Forsaken with a lurk forward,
my God,
onto the B
Forsaken,
site,
bro.
guns down two. Delsis and Saucy both going to be gone. Cam out from John Cuny, toggles over, gets that little reveal, but a spray through the box, Jing mows him down, and suddenly it's all on Second. Swings out, finds one, can't get the second.
Nice.
And
Bro,
Paper Rex
menang bro.
will now
Udah lah.
take this to match
End it,
point.
end it, bro.
Very
I'm so
clean
tired
first
watching
round
you
of
guys.
overtime coming out from Paper Rex. And I love just the double pressure, right? You go into garage. I mean, just because of the chaos, both sides using so much utility, but amidst that chaos, Forsaken's able to creep through mid all the way into B. That gives him, again,
Time
that
and
deep
time
lurk.
again.
Yeah.
These lurks that he's getting
Exactly.
through. Absolutely just so huge here from Forsaken. Consistently getting themselves into these positions.
Yeah, the awareness just to keep a heads up, listens for the audio to turn around. Now, something does he go for the op here? Because having that op makes things a lot easier in terms of positioning for their composition. But of course, that does mean he would have to go
Satu
glass
lagi,
cannon.
guys.
Yeah. Do they want to take that risk?
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's crisp right now on Sentinels. I feel like that's a huge risk to take.
Gua bukan nggak nonton, guys.
One timeout for the overtime. Burned here by Sentinels.
Flood.
Everything
The water just ran
resting
out.
on
I need
this.
to fix it. My parents are out.
Now, the last time they used it, they read the fact that Paper Rex would want to push back out off of the timeout, trying to catch them off guard. Second got a clean first kill in mid,
Yes.
opened up the round.
But out of the, well, this is now 6 timeouts, but out of the 5 that they had used prior, they've only been able to convert around a win after one of those timeouts.
Okay, yeah, that's a good stat to keep in mind.
A lot of those are going to be, a timeout before you go into an eco, but
Sure.
we're here in OT. There's no more ecos. There's nothing but full commitment. And Sentinels need that going into this round here.
Oh, so instead of just sending Jing, we fixed our problem. We have to push out faster.
Something.
What is
Rushing
that?
forward. Monyet up on top, covering fire. Flash just go through.
Flash apa itu?
Quick turn from that one. No one within the window, and everybody getting ready. Just full steam ahead. Push up through C
They're going
site.
to rush C.
Forsaken nearby. Pushes up, gets himself through the smoke. Another one greets him. There's the entry. Second gets himself on top of the box here
Nice.
inside. Forsaken opens up. Tens taking down John Cutie. Quick to reply. A 1-for-1 thus far. Second still playing forward. Jing spotting him for a moment.
what?
Jump shot.
It's a
Second
jump shot, what?
takes him down. John Cutie gets another. It's just defying something now in a 2v4. The reveal onto one. Line of
Spike
sight.
planted.
Not found. Push up. Saucy gets the headshot. And now it's on the Sultan, but there's a high-low. With Saucy on the side, and he cannot get that transfer. 13-13, we keep going.
How is that even fair, man? Second with the jump shot with the Vandal.
Overtime.
Gets the kill. I mean, I thought Paper Rex had a really fast reaction. They were able to flood back site. Forsaken was staying alive, still got 1 kill. Try to open things up, slow things down. You had the Reyna and the Omen in back site, and Second just says, doesn't matter, I'll just jump over the box.
It's a decent catch. But I mean, Forsaken just trying to swing back out. John Cutie reading it perfectly. Fastest reacted. Oh my god. What in the hell?
There.
Gorgeous scenes, but either way, we are far from done, it would seem. Second again, pushing forward. Does he just open
No.
up? Yes, he does!
No.
Finds 2 before getting taken down.
Oh no.
No additional damage on that spray through, but
Jump
still,
shot.
already so much value found.
Sumpah ini
Yeah,
mah,
I
ini
mean,
mah
Paper
bukan-
Rex
bukan
not
first
spotting him in
match
that
ini.
previous one.
Opening match-nya udah
They're
sekeras
not able to
kayak
check for
gini.
that.
Your smoke's gone.
You have to just creep in. You have to walk it in. All right, they'll at least use a Lear for that first bit of a duel. That
From Saucy.
Spike
decent damage.
planted.
A little bit found onto Devi and something.
Nggak ngaruh sih damage
Just as much in response.
Kalau udah main dekat gini lihat.
Have the sight. There's no deep flank coming through.
Drone
No
nggak,
one
drone nggak,
rotating
drone
around
Kalau di
through
drone
long
bahaya.
or sewer. So we know that. Something trying to take a forward position, gets the spot on the
Balik,
one,
balik,
trying
balik,
to exit, pulls back. And luckily for him, No one goes on the pursuit. He's thrown through, but now he's too far forward. Something overcooking, it would seem. Certainly overstaying. The push out, 10 swings in, Divide, taken down, and Jing cannot get it done. Sentinels will once again get match point in their pocket, 14-13. And now they go to the attacking side.
Yep. Seems they might have solved the problem here, getting that defense win in overtime. See if they can chain it in to a match victory. I mean, most people looking at the bracket for this tournament said, sure, Sentinels, they look good, they look better than they have before, but it's Paper X, right? But it's the runners-up, and then you have Monyet. At the very least, a lateral move, if not an upgrade, depending on, meta. And then Sentinels just comes in swinging.
An enormous performance from them here. I mean, you can see Zelsis just the assist god at the moment. Doesn't need to find the immense impact that we were seeing from him. As long as he's enabling for Zekken to do what he's doing right now. Nearly dropping a 30 bomb, swing up from something, gets a bit of damage across, but cannot find the kills. Once again, punished.
Oh, and I love this. I love this hold from a Sentinels.
Grind it to a halt.
I mean, again, you know what the pattern has been for Paper X. Now, some of the weakness that we've seen from Sentinels is they'll wait for this until like the 40-second, 30-second mark. Then they get slowed down by a nanoswarm. Then they have to run with no information. Monyet is still holding true on C-site.
Saken's pushing into 10s. He's got a shorty around the corner. Are they actually just going to swing this one? Shots go wide.
Oh,
He
no.
swings around, draws out the weapon, and 10s gets the headshot. 18 HP, sends out the paranoia. Forsaken again, gonna be tagged by this one, and second arrives the savior to keep him alive. Divide before he dies, managing to find two, but now it's just Monyet rotating still back over to the A site in a 1v3. They know his position. They see where the paranoia comes from, and they can anticipate that it's gonna be the approach here into heaven. Sassy will get the final shot, and 15-13. Sentinels will explode out onto the stage here in South Korea in our opening game of AVL with a win.
Oh, and the crowd goes wild. They've been waiting to watch Sentinels here live in Korea. And a lot of people looked at the groups and said, damn, it's going to be a shame, because chances are we're not going to be able to see them all the way through. But guess what? Sentinels just extended their stay here for just a bit longer, as they are the first team to go into that winner's bracket here of Group A.
Unreal match here between these two squads. It absolutely delivered across the board, all the way to game 3, all the way into a double overtime. But Sentinels here, they managed to get it done on foreign ground. They pick up